launch one instance, my instance name Jenkins, Amazon Linux 2023 T2 micro, key pair, JK key, that is Jenkins key, okay, set it here in desktop only. Networking, default VPC, subnet AP South 1A, auto assign public IP enable, security group, JK security group, and within this right now I'm just going to mention all traffic from anywhere. This is just testing purpose. 8 GB. Now I'm not going to launch, I am going to click on advanced details. Within this advanced details, just scroll down. This is user data location, user data. It is optional. Here I am going to mention one script. Which script? This one. Sudo shu hostname ctl set hostname Jenkins. So when it is going to launch, so it is going to show your hostname as a Jenkins. Easily you can identify, because normally it is going to show IP address, private IP address. So once it is okay, you can mention anything, any shell script code. Launch instance. Instance is going to launch. So this is Jenkins, it is in pending state. It is just going to take some times because that code is going to run. Whenever machine is going to launch, that code, that user data, that bootstrapping code, that is going to execute, and at the end I mention reboot. So just wait, 1 minute minimum wait, and then try to connect it. Immediate if you try to connect, it is not going to connect. After connect, you can understand what is the effect of that user data. So connection purpose ec2 hyphen user at SSH auth in our desktop, JK key, open. Still machine is not ready. ec2 hyphen user at IP address SSH auth. Now it is ready. Check it. Now your host name is changed, ec2 user at the rate of Jenkins. So it is helpful when we are going to utilize 3-4 machines at a time, one Jenkins, one Ansible, one web host or Docker. So it is easy to identify you are in which machine. Normally it is going to show IP address, private IP address. Okay. Now from here what is our target? We want to install Jenkins. So sudo shu hyphen as a root user vij.sh, one shell script, or one by one you can mention all the requirements. See, Jenkins purpose, first update, then Jenkins installation purpose, Java is required because Jenkins develop in Java, latest version of Java. Then through wget command we are going to install the Jenkins repository. After repository we are going to install Jenkins key. Okay, this is important. Without this, Jenkins is not going to start. Installation possible but not going to start. Then directly install it and enable and start the Jenkins. Project time, we have to install Git also here. So I just mentioned here installation of Git, installation of Docker, and then you can check the version of Jenkins. So I am going to use this portion only. Jenkins installation, copy and paste, and then just this portion. So after installation, once everything is over, clear the screen and it is going to echo the Jenkins version. Fine, save it and run it. sh. So this Jenkins shell script is going to run. See, Jenkins installation, it is completely command through. But next, after installation, configuration, that is graphical, browser based. So let it be complete. One by one it is going to continue. Once everything is over, it will clear the screen and show the Jenkins version. So it will show my Jenkins version is this. Okay, our script is perfectly run. Now what is our target? We have to configure this Jenkins. Jenkins is still not ready. Copy this public IP, open any browser, paste this IP :8080. This is HTTP only. It is showing it is not secure. Continue to site. We know our site, internal site. So Jenkins is going to show you unlock the Jenkins. From this location you have to copy the password. By default one password is created and you have to put it here. So here cat and this path, this is the password. Double click, right click, copy it, paste it here and continue. Now customize Jenkins. Jenkins purpose number of plugins is required because Jenkins is CI tool. Continuous integration. Jenkins is going to integrate to GitHub, integrate to SonarQube, Artifact, Ansible. Different integration is possible. But integration purpose, these plugins are required. That is small piece of software. So right now we have no idea what I am going to install. You can install suggested plugin. Just click here. It is going to install all the suggested plugins. Let it be complete. It will take just 2 minutes, max to max. Once it is over, we try to set our username and password of Jenkins, because each and every time we are not going to use that default password because it is not possible to remember default password. So we will set or reset the password, username, everything. Let it be complete. Hmm.
Can you show the? Am I audible?
Audible,
No?
audible.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, can you show the user data code, that shell scripting code? What is the significance of that?
You didn't join the shell script class, right?
This last weekend, was it?
Mm-hmm. You joined 4 classes.
Yeah, yeah, I've joined. I've
Okay,
joined
okay.
everything.
So you know this one. What is this?
Yeah, yeah, bin bash.
Bin bash. What is this?
Shell. The first line of the shell.
Some name is there, right?
Um.
Okay. So just check it. Sudo shu hyphen,
Switch user.
switch user, that is EC2 user to root user. Fine.
Mm.
Then this is a Linux command. If you can set it manually also after installation. Hostname CTL set hostname Jenkins. So it is going to set the hostname as a Jenkins. But after
O-
setting this, you have to reboot the machine. Okay.
Okay.
So after once instance is ready, then also just command through as a root. If you execute this, that is also possible. But best option, you set it here. Even the installation steps, everything you can set here also after reboot. Installation of this, if you copy and paste it, so it
Mm-hmm.
will take some time and it is going to install.
Okay, so
Okay.
why do we need that host name CTL set? What without it? What's the
This
difference?
is this is in your project also. When I'm going to continue project, I mentioned there, this is not mandatory portion, this is the optional portion. But if I use it, what is the advantage? When you connect it, check it here, it is showing Jenkins as a host name.
Okay, sir, understood.
Because project time, CI/CD project time, we have to tackle minimum 3-4 missions. So if it is going to show IP address, we cannot understand this is Jenkins or Ansible or Wave or Docker, right? So we are just going to use this host name. For Jenkins machine, Jenkins, Docker machine purpose Docker, Ansible purpose Ansible. Command
Yes, sir.
same, just name change. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah, understood, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
So now we are going to set our own username, Jenkins, password capital W, welcome 123 at capital W, welcome 123 at full name and mail address. Once everything is over, save and continue. Now it is showing that this is your Jenkins URL, IP address colon 8080, and it should be HTTP, not HTTPS. Save and finish. Start Jenkins. So this is Jenkins homepage. From here we have to do so many options. For project purpose, the minimum requirements. Okay, minimum requirements. In this machine you have to do number of options. First options is manage Jenkins. From here we have to do so many steps, and new items, that is your projects. Maybe after one class or two classes we are going to start this CI/CD projects. So under manage Jenkins, so many options are there. So first option is plugins. That is, if any plugins is required, so click on available plugins, and I am going to install publish over SSH. This plugins, why it is required? In future Jenkins is going to talk to Ansible machines. So when Jenkins try to communicate to Ansible machine, how they are going to communicate? Through SSH. But through SSH is a OS layer, but Jenkins is an application layer. So we have to install this publish over SSH. So just select it and try to install it. check it. It is installing one by one SSH related all options. Publish over SSH. So once installation is over, you just click on restart Jenkins when installation is complete and no jobs are running. Select. It is going to restart the Jenkins. So it is okay. Now we have to log in using our user Jenkins password capital W welcome 1 2 sorry 123 at. Screen visible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Maybe any issues are there, so automatically it is going to out. Reconnect maybe. 1 minute. Now check it.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So just now I installed publish over SSH that plugins. So back to again dashboard, or you can use here restart Jenkins when installation is complete. Once more. Now restarting Jenkins pending. If it is going to restart, it is okay. Otherwise, forcefully here log out and log in. Okay, now it is okay. Back to dashboard once more. Click on manage Jenkins. So just now we completed one plugins. Now Jenkins machine we have to add within this Jenkins softwares. Okay, that is known as system. So for that purpose, from here from here sudo shu hyphen as a root user we have to create one SSH key. So SSH keygen SSH keygen, just 3 enter, key is generated and key is going to store inside of ls-l dot ssh. Inside of this dot ssh, idrsa dot pub is public key, idrsa that is your private key, and authorized key. Inside of this it is going to hold all the known host information. In future when I'm going to show Jenkins and Ansible at a time, Then we have to copy this key from Jenkins to Ansible, because Jenkins is going to contact Ansible with the help of SSH, and that time we have to set passwordless connectivity between Jenkins and Ansible. SSH passwordless connectivity. For that purpose this key is required. So generate this key, and at the same time you have to change two options in Jenkins file. So vi slash etc ssh inside of sshd underscore config. This is the SSH configuration file. Open this file, :nu set number. So move to line number 40. Line number 40. Here remove this hash, permit root login, because as a root we are going to log in from one machine to another machine. So not prohibit password, we have to set it yes. That is root login yes. And then move to 6065, around this 65. In this line password authentication we have to change yes. So 40 and 65, these two lines. Then save it, and systemctl restart sshd. Fine. Now back to graphics mode, manage Jenkins, system, click here. Within this system we have to add Jenkins machine as a SSH machine. So just scroll down, at the end it is going to show SSH server add. So just click here, and SSH server name is Jenkins, host name, that is the IP address of Jenkins, and this is the IP address. Three dot 10181.189. Okay, and username root. Now when I set the username root, we have to set the password also. Passwd as a root, enter. I am setting welcome. Back to here, username root, and click on advanced and choose use password authentication or use a different key. So password authentication, click, and password is welcome. Now we have to test the configuration, whether this configuration is okay or not. So it will show success. This is your one more job in Jenkins machine. In future you have to click on add and add the Ansible machine informations also. Once it is over, apply and save. So we back to our manage Jenkins. So Jenkins installation, I am sending this file. Jenkins installation purpose, even if you use it is as a user data, you can copy from here. So automatically when it is login as a EC2 user, it is going to switch to root user, then update, then Java installation, Jenkins repository, Jenkins key, install the Jenkins, enable and start, and then I add this portion, check the version, clear the screen, and check the version of Jenkins. CI/CD purpose, Git also required, so we are going to continue this one also. In future second project purpose, Docker also required, so you have to add this portion also. You can utilize as a shell script or as a user data. So once Jenkins installation over, next portion is graphical, browser based. We have to connect, we have to reset the password. Once Jenkins installation over, Under this manage Jenkins, we install the plugins. Which plugins? Publish over SSH. That is required because in future Jenkins is going to contact Ansible. Base level protocol is SSH. So it is going to internally, because Jenkins Ansible both are application. So application is going to use some configuration something, but base OS is SSH. After that, system configurations we add on the Jenkins. In future we are going to add Jenkins as well as Ansible also. In future, credentials, security, so many options are there, we have to add it for our project purpose. So this is your Jenkins installation and configuration. What is our next target? Our next target is Ansible. Ansible installation and Ansible, what is the purpose and others, we have to clear it. So main target is, it should be our GitHub account and we are going to upload something from Git to GitHub. We are going to upload our code from Git to GitHub. Then we have GitHub is internet based one server which is managed by AWS nowadays. Now once my code is reached to GitHub, GitHub automatically push it to Jenkins. So as a DevOps engineer, it is our duty, we have to configure something in between GitHub and Jenkins. So GitHub is going to push it whenever any new code is there, push it to Jenkins. So that connectivity is known as webhook. Webhook connectivity between GitHub and Jenkins. So whenever the code reach to Jenkins, what happen? It is going to test, build and deliver or deploy. Test, build and deliver or deploy. Where it is going to deliver? It is going to deliver to Ansible, and Ansible is going to deploy it in a web server. In future, Docker container. Next, Kubernetes cluster. So today we just touch Jenkins 25% over. This project purpose, we have to install Jenkins in one EC2 and we have to add Git software also, because without Git software you cannot connect to GitHub. So Jenkins is going to push it to Ansible. Ansible is going to deploy to web server. So tomorrow we are going to touch this Ansible, what type of tool, why it is, how to install, how to configure and how Ansible is going to work. So in future we have to create SSH passwordless connectivity between Jenkins and Ansible. Then passwordless connectivity between Ansible and web server. Okay, so passwordless purpose, you have to create the password SSH keygen, then you have to copy it to next machine. That is your duty. So as a DevOps engineer, see, from Git, the developer, they are going to upload one index.html. What is this? Website homepage. They upload it to GitHub and immediate they are going to open the browser and utilize the IP address of this web server. They can check it because this index.html, whenever it is reached to GitHub push it to Jenkins. Jenkins complete the operations of Jenkins, that is test, build and deploy or deliver to Ansible. Ansible is going to deploy it to web server. So how it is Ansible part, tomorrow we are going to check it. Installation and configuration, everything. So we just completed Git 25%, Git GitHub. We check it how to push the content from Git to GitHub. Then GitHub to Jenkins, we will try it on project time, not now. That is webhook connectivity. But individual Jenkins installation is over, little bit configuration is over. Tomorrow individual Ansible. Okay, then we continue one projects up to this web server, one CI/CD. Then we add Docker, another CI/CD. Fine, another CI/CD. Then then we back to complete rest portion of Git, rest portion of Jenkins, rest portion of Ansible, rest portion of Docker. Once it is over, next level, we try to complete the first part of the DevOps, that is SonarQube and Artifact. We have to add these two. First part is over, now second part. Okay, so tomorrow our target this one. Please by that time go through the Git, complete it, and go through the Jenkins, only the portion which I completed. Okay, I am sending the video and other documentations, so please try it. Any question?